Jesse Camacho, Yo Me Voy. Jesse Camacho live right here on PicanteRadio.com. Jesse, welcome to Picante Radio once again.
Thank you so much, Manny, for having me. Thank you, gracias.
Wow, let's continue on where we left off. And at the age of 7, that's when you started your musical journey. And at the age of 12, you landed your first record deal.
Yes, sir.
Now tell us what happened after that. I understand you've opened up for important bands in Texas and was the beginning of many great things to come. You also landed a spot on Sábado Gigante with Don Francisco. How was that, man?
You know, that was really cool. You know, that was something que I did not expect. No lo me esperaba. They got in contact with my promoter. And
who was Mr. Abraham Quintanilla?
Mr. Abraham Quintanilla.
He got the connections.
Yes, a big shout out to Mr. Quintanilla.
Mr. Q.
All the Quintanilla family. Thank you so much. Suzette, thank you for the support. Also Chris Perez, thank you so much, man, for having my back, and definitely AB Quintanilla, who always believed in me. Thank you. But yeah, no, they actually got in contact with my promoter. And they wanted me to do Sábado Gigante, so I was like, you know what, this is pretty cool. You know, at first I was like, man, this is crazy. You know, this is really happening. And you know, I remember checking out Sábado Gigante back at home. You know, with my mom and my dad. You know, as a kid, and you know, in the living room, and then to be actually a part of the show. You know, it was a great experience. It was awesome. It was my first major, you know, trip actually. You know, we went to Miami and it was fun. It was fun. I mean, the fans were so cool. Don Francisco, man, he was so cool, and
he's a cool man.
He's awesome, man.
He's actually my idol, one of my idols.
He is, you know, he's a great inspiration.
Yeah, he is.
And he's actually the one that gave me my first patadita. You know, he goes, I'm gonna give you a little kick, man. La buena suerte. So it was cool to meet him and to meet all his staff, and it was awesome.
Yeah, he's a character in a hat, man.
Yes, he is. He's cool.
A really nice gentleman, Don Francisco.
See?
That's not his real name. That's his stage name, but his real name is Kreutz. I'll let you know in a minute. It'll come to me anyway. You got an album coming up. Se llama El Comienzo. Tell us about that.
El Comienzo is it's a 12 track song. It has 12 songs on the album. This was recorded back in Corpus. Produced by Mr. Tino Sainz, Rolling Gutierrez, and Ray Paz. We actually did a couple of things out there at Q Productions, of course, you know, the mix and everything at Q Productions. And, well, this song will be out on April 25th, you know, for all the Jesse Camacho fans. It'll be out on the 25th, and it's titled El Comienzo, so it's something very exciting, my first album in a long time.
Yeah, I understand you took a couple of years of... it's a little break, a little absence.
I took 2 years off. I wanted to go back and definitely, you know, sit down and kind of rethink everything so far as the writing and the type of music. And you know, I got a hold of Tino, and then Tino and I just got to working, and of course, Mr. Rolling Gutierrez, who we sat in the studio for hours, you know, for hours in the studio, just going over the tracks, and
I hear you.
And it was fun. It was fun, you know. But I really just wanted to go back. I really wanted to go back to my roots, que es la onda tejana, and definitely deliver that. So we went back to the studio, and it was fun. It was really cool.
You were telling me that you've also worked with Jennifer Pena, DJ Kane, and Thalia, and Cumbia King, Veronica Castro, just to mention a few. Tell us about that.
Well, first, you know, with Jennifer Pena, we started opening shows for Jennifer Pena, and that's how, you know, Jennifer and I actually we became friends. So if she's listening out there, Jennifer, thank you so much for always. Thank you so much, Jennifer.
Being a mom right now.
She's being a mom. She's being a mom. She's a great mom. Thank you, Jennifer, for supporting me. She's one of my very best friends, and I'm very lucky to be a part of that musical journey that she went into, you know. And then, like I said, I would open shows for Jennifer Pena, and then we did Carnaval, and that's when I met Thalia. Which when I met Thalia, I was like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm the same way, too.
That was the same way. The same thing with Veronica Castro, because I remember my mom would, you know, sit down in the living room and watch Veronica Castro novelas. And when I met Veronica Castro, it was great. You know, she was such a sweet lady. You know?
Beautiful.
She's sweet. Yeah, beautiful.
Very beautiful.
I mean, those eyes are just captivating. You know?
Very talented.
Very.
Along with Thalia,
Thalia, wow. I mean, Thalia. I mean, when I met Thalia, she had like maybe at least 20 bodyguards. And I was
at
like,
least
20 bodyguards.
That's like me, man. Look at all the bodyguards I got here, right?
And I came up to Talia, and she was so sweet to us. She came up to me, she gave me a hug, and she said, "Muy pronto vas a salir." And I'm very blessed, you know, to have been given that opportunity.
And your experience with the Cumbia Kings, with AB, man, and all the crazy cats.
Yes, with AB and all the guys from the Cumbia Kings, man, that was an experience. I got the chance to work with the Cumbia Kings for 6 months. Un saludo especial para Cruz Martínez también, que me apoyó. He was the one that actually, I remember the first time, this is a funny story, the first time that AB had Cruz Martínez call the house.
Right.
I thought it was a prank call. So, you know, at the time the call ID was a major deal, you know, but the call ID was in my parents' room. So I'm in the living room, you know, checking out, watching TV, and I get a phone call. So I answer the phone, and I'm like, "Who's this?" This is Cruz Martinez from the Cumbia Kings. And the first thing I did, Manny, I actually hung up the phone because I thought I was being pranked. And he called about 3 more times, and he goes, "What do I have to do to prove to you that I'm Cruz Martinez?" And I said, "Well, there's 2 things you could do." I said, "You could do the grito, the Cumbia King grito, the famous, you know." And that was one of the things that he started laughing, and he goes, "No," he goes, "I'm actually getting in contact with you because AB wants to work with you." And I went down to Corpus, and that's how everything started. But yeah, it was 6 amazing months working with AB and Cruz.
And you also worked with DJ King.
Mr. DJ King. He's a cool
He's
man.
a card and a half.
Yes,
DJ.
he is. Jason Cano.
Yo.
Yes. He actually he gave me so much advice. He gave me so much advice. I actually got a chance to hang out with DJ King and the guys back in Houston at the rodeo when they did the rodeo.
Right.
So that was fun. That was a huge experience for me. And you know, I got to see all the things that happened backstage. You know, how to get the whole team together. And no, I mean, these guys were real down to earth. And also, I mean, like I said, DJ Kane, Jason Cano, he definitely had my back, and he supported me so much. And he always gave me great advice. The same thing with Frankie J.
Yeah,
you
Frankie
know,
J.
Frankie J.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah, he's really cool, real down to earth people. And you know, to be a part of that team was, I think, one of the most amazing things ever. I learned so much from AB. I learned, you know, all kinds of different music, and that's the thing, man. You know, doing música